Hey, good afternoon. Welcome back. Today we're here at beautiful Morven Park, of course, just outside of Leesburg, Virginia. And, we often talk in our monthly updates about activities that are happening within our Northern Virginia marketplace. And one of the things that we're really starting to see, which has been unusual over the last couple years, is properties that are expiring and properties that are being withdrawn. Sellers kind of changing their minds perhaps and not electing to keep their properties on the
On the market.
marketplace.
Yep, yeah, we have been seeing that, and it is unfortunate. We've kind of decided, or we've kind of figured out that people are going to sell their homes whenever there's circumstances that kind of make that important to happen.
Yeah, sure.
And so when you see them taking it off the market, it has to be frustrating for them wanting to get a good offer in their home, not obviously not getting what they want and having to take it down. And I think from everything that we're seeing in the market, I think our message is this is a good time to
Yeah,
put it on the market.
it's an excellent time.
Yep. And especially last week, we did a video on interest rates. We talked about the 7% here to stay.
They're not coming down anytime soon,
They
right?
will not. So I think what will happen now is that everybody will kind of settle down, stop waiting for a 2%, 3% interest rate,
Right.
and realize that that's not going to change. And I think with that said, if you are a homeowner and you want to sell your home, but you're waiting for the interest rate to drop so that you can go find something else, then I think you're missing out on a market right now.
Probably need to revisit that
They
plan.
definitely need to revisit that at this point because you're just going to be waiting and waiting and waiting, and you're sitting in a house that doesn't suit your needs anymore.
Yeah. And of course, I mean, we've talked about so many times also in the market updates, is that the inventory has never really been lower. So now is a great time. You have no competition,
Hmm.
and the properties that are on the market have either tended to linger because of either condition or they're overpriced. So if you price the property well
Hmm.
and you had the condition first rate, as we've talked about, of course, in the past as well, then you're really not going to have a whole lot of competition, right?
That's
There's
so
not going to
true.
be that many properties that are going to be there that are going to distract that buyer. You may have the only one in your neighborhood.
That's right. That's right. And talking about buyers, buyer demand has maintained its level throughout this entire situation with the interest rates. Yes, it did go down, but what happened is that buyers realized that they need a home now, and they've gotten used to 7%, especially when historically mortgage interest rates were closer to 15% when
Right.
most people were buying. And they can always refinance at a later time. So I think in terms of buyer demand, now that people realize that 7% is here to stay, I think it's going to get them even more motivated to buy now.
Yeah, I think that they're just going to accept that there's going to be an increase in cost.
Hmm.
But again, as we've talked about before, the value, I think, of the homes here in the area within the Loudoun County market, then certainly Prince William, and in all of Northern Virginia, it's truly still a value. And I think that the interest rates may dissuade you initially, but it's time, I think, to go ahead and become involved and find that special property. Well, I think the bottom line is that we believe this is a great time. If your property is currently off the market, you had plans to sell in the
Hmm.
past, but unfortunately it didn't quite work out. I mean, we certainly have a great program. We believe in getting a property on the market, getting it out there, getting exposure to it, and
Yes.
getting to settlement. So if you're thinking about and you still have plans to maybe make a change, I think it's a great time to do it.
Yes, definitely is. So what we're going to do in the show notes below, we're going to put all the links. Subscribe to our newsletter. We send that out every week with all the most recent information as to what's happening in the market.
Yeah, and again, we want to thank everybody here at Morven Park for the opportunity to
Yes,
use this
it's
beautiful setting.
beautiful. Look
And
at
we
that.
hope that this has been, again, informative and worth your time for tuning in. And we'll look forward to seeing you again soon. Bye.
Bye.